Yeah.
We drink to hide our sensitivity.
You can't really love yourself if you keep all these things locked inside you.
All I heard was stop being a little bitch.
Yeah. If you're not fluctuating, you're not living. All right. Welcome back to the Harley Malarkey podcast, Old Dog New Tricks. It is Lunar New Year today.
Keep on smiling.
The Chinese New Year. We ended the year of the snake, the shedding of the skin, if you will, and now we're entering the year of the fire horse.
The fire horse. Are they all fire horses?
No, I'm a year of the horse, born in 1990, but I'm a metal horse. And Casey, who works for us, I just found out I was born 12 years after me in 2002. She's a water horse.
A water horse. So this is the fire horse.
Yeah, there's also a wood horse, and I think there's 5 different horses. But
So are you saying there's like a wood rat and a fire rat?
yeah, you're a rat.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of rat you are, though. I think you actually might be a metal rat.
I'm one of those cute ones that you get in the pet store that you don't feed to your pet snake or something like that. One of the little white ones that doesn't get science lab tests done to it. That's got a lot of personality. I'm like the rat in the hat on Ratatouille. That's the rat I am.
Okay.
You don't? Do you understand that movie, Ratatouille?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah.
It's a little rat. He pulls it. Yes.
My stepmother is Chinese, and I asked her what color we're supposed to wear today, and we're supposed to wear red, green, or purple, and gold. So I got my green and gold on. According to the color whatever wheel, I don't think I'm supposed to wear red. It doesn't suit my skin tone, yeah.
Yeah. I as a child, I thought I was a red person, but then later in life, I realized I wasn't a red person.
No, you're not a red person
I'm a
either.
blue-black kind of darker color kind
I
of guy.
think we have similar coloring.
You think you're?
I think I might be a little more olive than you, though.
Yeah, you want to be more olive than me.
I do.
'Cause I'm white Irish.
So a couple things. I have a new personality. We're going to Miami this weekend, and for the first time in my life, I got fake nails, and I don't think that I like them, but we're trying them out.
Those are heavy metal too.
Yeah.
So as you're a metal horse, these are heavy,
metal horse.
heavy metal nails. They're right
Gold.
there. They are so Miami.
I also realized that I think I might be meant to live in Miami. I was starting to pack this morning, and I was like, all my going out clothes are so Miami.
They are pretty Miami.
Yeah.
Certainly not Southern California.
No, so I'm excited. I'm like, I'm going to feel at home.
What were the pants you were wearing the other night? The really wild ones that belong to our
Vintage Versace.
anti-dead Tamas?
Yeah, vintage Versace.
Vintage Versace. Oh, I went to the Versace.
Why can't you say that?
Versace.
Versace.
I cooked in the Versace minute.
What the fuck is wrong with
I
you?
cooked in the Versace.
Versace. My dog was named Versace.
I cooked in the Versace mansion on Top Chef back in the old days.
Yeah, it is in Miami.
Yeah, I know. I cooked inside of the building.
Maybe we'll retire in Miami.
I don't think I will. I don't think I am Miami. I've never felt comfortable in Miami.
No.
I don't belong. I'm a West Coast cowboy, big ranch, cattle. Those are like swamp cowboys down there and hillbillies and Euro.
Well, we'll see. I haven't been since I was a kid, so I won't move there quite yet. I did have another.
I would go down and fish and spearfish and stuff down in the Florida Keys.
I do really well in tropical heat,
I
humidity.
don't so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Well, so you sent me something on DM today too that I'm a little curious about. It was how we're so not compatible. It was Libras and Scorpios, and essentially Scorpios think Libras are little fucking bitches because they don't confront their feelings and their emotions, and a Libra's scared to death of a Scorpio because that's all they want to fucking do is just strip it down and find out what's really fucking going on, whereas the Libra just wants to be like, hey, it's just a great day today, what's going on? And the Scorpio's like, ting, 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 ting with the tail and the claws, cocoon, 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 cocoon. And I was like, was that our breakup? Was that our breakup DM?
I meant to add text to that and say I don't agree with all this.
It was a fucking, we are the worst combination
But I forgot.
Fragile. I think this takes us right to our subject today.
It does, but it's a perfect lead in, but I did have one more thing I wanted to say, which is that I was trying all my clothes on for Miami today, and I was like, I don't feel as svelte as I did a week ago or, 10 days ago. And there are times in my life where that would have really made me spiral and like, talk negatively to myself. And I chose not to. I chose to take body neutrality. It doesn't mean I have to be like, oh, I love these little extra curves I got going right now. But it's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I've been traveling. I've been hanging out with my friends. I've been eating great meals with my boyfriend. And nobody else is going to notice if I've gained a couple pounds in Miami, and I don't have to stress out about it. I just can do all the things that I know make me healthy, and my body will regulate itself and go back to where it's meant to be. And yeah, I think, you don't always have to love your body, but you can just be very neutral about it. Like, oh, it doesn't look how I want it to look today, but that's not a moral failing. It's just how it is.
It's very positive.
Yeah.
Very positive.
I think you sometimes moral failing yourself.
Look at myself in the mirror and like, you motherfucker, you're letting me down. What have you done for me lately? Step it up. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
I'm much better at that these days.
Yeah.
I too give myself the freedom to not be so mean to myself.
Yeah.
I still am mean to myself, but a lot less mean to myself because I've been doing all of that that manifestation and all of those meditations where we talk positive to me and we love me. And that gets us all into the fucking category we're talking about today. Get me there. Get me there, girl.
Why are you rushing me?
Well, if the nails are fantastic, but let's get to some content that's important.
I did have something else I was going to say on that.
Oh, not nails. Check. Beanie. Check. No, you didn't make fun of the beanie yet.
No, the body neutrality piece.
Body neutrality. I feel good about myself. 100 push-ups a day. Day 17. So that means I have done 1,650. I'm halfway done with my today. I'm 4 sets of 25. So 1,650 push-ups in 16 days. And everybody says either hell no or it sounds easy. But you know what? It's just that consistent. Even when you're working out hard, when you're working out and you're like trying to get in shape, you're going to run a marathon or whatever you're doing, you take a day or two off.
Yeah.
That never taking that day off, your arms are like, you should take a day off. And you're like, no, we're not taking a day off. It's 100 days of 100 push-ups. So I challenge anybody out there that wants to do that.
I'm proud of you for that. And I remember what I was going to say, which is in the wise words of Jackie Schimmel from the Bitch Bible podcast, she says, if you're not fluctuating, you're not living. And that's true.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This takes me let's put this into food context because people really respond when I talk about food context on this podcast. And you're like, yeah, I know, but why are we no, I'm just kidding. Is fluctuation, is what you just said, in your body because you're living, right? Because people always go, oh my God, don't you love that Michelin restaurant? Don't you love that Michelin restaurant? I'm like, no, because they're just like, they're perfect. Perfectly this. They're perfectly high. Everything's like, oh, but it's boring.
Yeah.
It's fucking boring because it's so refined and so perfect. Life is better with the ups and downs. How can you be ecstatically happy if you haven't been fucking miserable before? You know, like, fuck, I'm so much happier here. If you're always at this level, you're like, But like you said, fluctuating. You're like, sometimes you're like having a ton of sex and you're like, shit, dude, I'm skinny as hell. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, I just had the best meal of my life and you got a little going on, you know, like, oh my God, we're out with our friends and we're laughing and drinking and having the best time. So life like that, some highs and lows and some roller coasters, that is living. Livin, like the great Matthew McConaughey said.
Yeah, just embrace where you're at. Okay, so today we're talking about sensitivity. And this actually happened because
she sent me a DM on Instagram that said, Libras are little bitches and they need to answer to Scorpio. No, we talked about this like a week ago about doing this podcast because I had a little idea. But then I just turned on my DMs and there was a fucking DM that said, Scorpios think Libras are bitches. That's all it said.
Sorry, I totally even forgot I sent that. But I really did mean to send it with some context.
To somebody else?
No, to you.
Like, look what I have to deal with. This is my man. He's a little bitchy Libra. Oh, he just wants everything to be happy and neutral and positive.
I mean, some of it was kind of true.
Yeah, you come after me when you see when I skate over answers and skate over emotions.
Yeah, I do. I'm not down for that. And we did record a podcast last week that didn't come out. I think we were on the cusp of having a fight, and we did get into a fight, and I called Brian a name because he was being passive aggressive instead of saying what he really meant.
What was the name?
I said, stop being a victim.
Stop being a little victim. Stop being a little victim.
I don't think I said little, but I was just like, stop being a victim.
All I heard was stop being a bitch.
Yeah.
I heard stop being a bitch. And I did the old Brian Malarkey, shut the fuck down.
Yeah, no. And we were out at dinner, we were on date night, and I was just like, oh God. We've gotten in a few fights, like when we're out at dinner, and it's just the worst thing ever, especially when Brian's like a public figure, and like in San Diego, people know who he is, so I always assume that a few people know who he is.
I saw Malarkey on a date.
Yeah.
Obviously, his
He,
woman was a total bitch. He wasn't even talking to
No,
her.
I don't think that, but it's just like, oh yeah, they pretend to be so happy, but I saw them in public and they
were
fucking
miserable.
hated each other. Because we looked like we fucking hated each other.
If I was gonna start drinking, that would have been the night. I'm like, just give me all of the tequila back there, please.
Yeah. But it was something like somewhat small, you know. I was just like, stop being a victim. And it was like a conversation we had had the day before. And the day before I said, hey, I don't like it when you say this passive aggressively. Like, can you just actually say what you mean? And so I didn't handle it well. I don't think it's ever nice to call your partner a name. Although I did not call him a name. I said, stop being this way.
A victim. But all I heard was stop being a little bitch.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Do you think you were kind of being a little bit?
No, I think you were being a big bitch. That's what happened.
And we made up, you know, it took us a day and a half off and on. But we got to the...
I haven't had a shutdown like that in a long time.
Yeah.
So what happens when we get in a fight like that? I move out of the house in my head. I'm gone. I'm starting a whole new life. I'm living in Costa Rica. I'm all by myself. I'm just on a beard. I look like Tom Hanks on that movie where he's just living on the island, talking to the ball. I don't need anybody in my life. I fucking have abandoned life, right? Like, this is just takes a little bit to make me go fucking haywire. And I just completely shut down. And I can't get through it. And we knew the password or the code word to get me out of this.
I know, I forgot it until it was too late.
And that's
Little Joe.
Little Joe, the little person that hijacks me to protect me when I feel like people are coming after me. Little Joe's like, fuck this, Brian. We don't need these people. We get on our horses because it's the year of the horse, and we ride the fuck out of town, right? And you didn't say, where's Little Joe? Because Little Joe was hanging out. He's like, had his guns out. He's like,
he did.
you ain't talking to my boy. He's fucking off limits. Like, my personal security guard I travel with all the time is watching my back.
Yeah.
And so Little Joe won.
Yeah, Little Joe was like, oh, you kept me locked in here for too long, bitch.
Little Joe was like,
I'm going to unleash the fire on you. And Little Joe said some mean shit to me. Little Joe made me cry.
Oh. It was all Little Joe. It was definitely Little Joe, all right? But we got through that.
We did. And
It got us to this.
we started talking about, you know, we think that everybody is sensitive in their own way. People are all sensitive in different ways, but I think, you know, being called sensitive has kind of become like an insult of like, oh, you're so sensitive, you're so sensitive. But I think as humans, like, that actually is our superpower. Like, we're supposed to be sensitive. We're supposed to be tuned into the world. Before we lived in this sprawling, you know, suburban, urban environment, we were connected to the seasons, connected to the animals, connected to the weather patterns, connected to everything. And that was how we survived.
Yes, like the Native Americans, you're saying, like the Egyptians, the people
Like,
that
if you
were in tune with what was going on.
Yeah, if you weren't in tune with the world around you, you would die.
Die.
And so we've evolved to be sensitive. We've evolved to feel what other people are feeling, to feel if they're feeling anger and hatred, so that you know if you have to fight back and protect yourself.
Or fucking run.
Yeah,
Or run.
or know when people are like true and honest. Like, these are all survival skills that as a species like have been very important. And then as we've kind of gotten disconnected from that, we've gotten disconnected from the importance of being sensitive. And now it's become generally an insult.
So that's what I took as an insult. When you said you're a little bitch, right? A victim was you're being sensitive, you're being a little bitch. That's what I heard it as. And I started thinking about that, and it really offended me. It fucking broke my circuit board, right? And the reason is because I was raised by cowboys. I was raised by tough people. Like, you never cry, you never do this. And, you know, through all of this stuff we've been doing, through therapy, through Reiki, through MDMA therapy, through all of these things, all we're trying to do is sobriety. All of these things is trying to free our heart so that we're more receptive and more present with ourselves and with those around us.
Yeah.
And that leads to sensitivity.
Yeah.
We drink to hide our sensitivity. We fight to hide our sensitivity. Everything we do that toughens us up and shows our strength is to protect our sensitivity. Every child born on this planet comes in as a pure, beautiful soul that is sensitive and loving and all of these things. And it is through all of these trials and tribulations of life that just shit gets thrown on them that they get tougher and meaner and stronger. And I'm going to go so far as to say, like, there is probably true evil in the world.
Yeah.
But these titans of empire, these titans of strength, they are hurt little babies inside there, and they're so hurt that they're going to take your land. They're going to do this. They're warlords and stuff like that. They got hurt so bad because we all start out as those sensitive, innocent people, and our goal should be to care for those in our community and protect and take care of those people in our community. But so many things have come up.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that that's so true, and it makes me think of also, we watched I think it's called In Waves in War, which was an amazing documentary on Netflix about all these soldiers coming back specifically from the Afghan war with PTSD.
Yes.
And they all
Good notes.
Yeah, they all go to Baja, Mexico, and they do ibogaine and iboga, I think are the two like hallucinogens they do.
Just remember who your co-host is. Yeah, no idea what you're saying right now.
Okay. But essentially they're like hallucinogenics that kind of like help you deal with trauma, and they're being studied for PTSD. But one of the really profound lines...
One of those is frog venom. Frog venom is one of these things that brings on great hallucinogenics. And so real quick, what she just said there is they go in for treatment for all their PTSD.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, it's the war, it's all the bullets and the death and my friends dying and this politics and all of this stuff is making me not be able to sleep, making me fight, making me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get this resolved.
Yeah. And then they all go through their journeys, their psychedelic journeys, and they all realize, actually, what I'm running from is like this horrible thing that happened to me in my childhood. Like my stepfather abused me, or this person did this. And I realized that if we didn't have traumatized children, we wouldn't have soldiers. Like we wouldn't have people that want to go fight and kill other people and put their lives on the line if they hadn't been severely traumatized as children. And this is different now because we don't do a draft anymore. Like the Vietnam War, people were forced to go into war, but now people elect to go and essentially put themselves in the line of fire to kill people and be killed. And
no, we're not going to say everybody, and we don't want everybody that has friends, loved ones, or are in the military branches.
But
themselves.
we're willing to do that, and depending what branch you go into. I'm from a big military family. I have USAA car insurance. Well, I used to.
Oh my gosh! Like
everybody in my family has been in the military, the Navy, the Marines.
Oh, so
my uncle was killed in the Vietnam War.
I can't speak of it because everybody in my family was maybe a little too sensitive.
Well, my dad wasn't, but everybody else has been in military service.
Real quick, I just want to go back to what you just said. So there was this part in this documentary that we saw where this guy was like, you know, he's going to face all this the stuff that he had gone through in the wars, and he said it wasn't the war at all. The war had nothing to do with it. He said you're in this state of mind in this hallucinogenic area, and you like look over, and he said in the corner in this box that's just damp and chained and like broken and all this. He goes, it's in what's inside there that I've been running from my whole life, and it was something that happened to me as a child. And so, like you said, all of this trauma is what propels these people into these high-ranking places where they're going to get. These were like specialists, like airdropped into, you know, like the SEALs and stuff, special forces and stuff like that. And they're going to go out there and risk it all. And they're actually running from something in their childhood that pushes them into that, which is wild.
And this is not to discount the horrors of war, because war is horrible. Like it's inhumane, you know, and I respect every man and woman who signs up to be in the military and to put their life on the line for the country. It's no disrespect to any of that stuff. And I think there are people that sign up who don't have trauma, and those people might be people who are able to come back with less PTSD. So
there's a lot of people that go in the military that have nothing to do with fighting. They go in for technology. They go in for, you know, different things that don't have to do with going in and actually hammering people.
Yeah, so that's just a defense for our overgeneralizations. But if you watch the In Waves in War, these are people that are traumatized, and these are people that had childhood trauma, and
They're the ones that
really
are in the hand-to-hand
impactful.
combats. They're the
Yeah.
ones that actually get put on the ground. There's a ton of people in the military branches that never even like leave the U.S.
Yeah.
They're flying drones and stuff over here, and they're doing all kinds of crazy, intense, amazing stuff.
Yeah. So I highly recommend watching that documentary. But I was just thinking about it, and I was also thinking, like, the meanest teenagers, like the meanest
Are
kids,
the ones who had the worst upbringings.
yeah, are the most sensitive and the most hurt, and not necessarily that they've had the worst upbringings. It's like sometimes the meanest teenagers were so incredibly sensitive, and their parents didn't know how to parent such a sensitive child. And now they've learned how to put up their shield. They have their own little Joe in them, and they're mean and aggressive. But most likely, the meanest aggressive ones were the most sensitive as
I
little
100%
children.
agree with that. I think the more loud your actions are is it's how. I mean, wouldn't that just be there? Okay, all of you people that get really riled up and fired up and pissed off about shit, you're the most sensitive people out there. All right, you are the most sensitive, and it's not a cuss word. It's not a bad thing. It's that you just need to deal with your stuff right there. And I jokingly say that, even though I feel like I'm very sensitive, I'm pretty numb to a lot of stuff. Like a lot of horrible shit happened to me throughout my life, like most everybody. Even if it's not like, so and so was a drug addict near you, so this happened, this happened, this happened. To a little small child, getting locked in your bedroom by yourself could be the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you in your life.
Yeah.
To be getting a spanking from a giant could just be like, oh shit, this changed my entire life right here.
Yeah.
So it's not major drama and trauma that happens to small children. I think it's just how it's perceived from that person. And like you said, if they're very, very sensitive, it's massive amount of energy flooding into them that they will have a hard time dealing with throughout life.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, the more intense things that happen to you, the more numb you become. And like you appear to be the least sensitive because you've had such intense negative things happen to you that the only way you could survive is by like shutting off certain parts of your brain and shutting off certain feelings. And so I think
little Joe does to me. So I've had some crazy shit in my life, and so rather than deal with it, and I'm a Libra, good nature, and I don't like to have controversy in my life. That's when I just shut down. I'm like, I'm okay. Don't talk to me. I'm okay. And so that's how I protect myself.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of people don't even realize how numb they are. And like I've went through this, like when I was kind of the sole person getting my mom in and out of rehab and dealing with so much crazy shit. Her felon boyfriend, like getting him arrested. And I remember just being like, oh, I'm so strong. Like, this isn't really affecting me. Like, I haven't even cried about this. And like, I'm just going on living my normal life. And then it would be like 3 months later, I'd kind of have these mood swings and I'd get angry. And it was just that it was so intense. It was like too much for my nervous system to process at the time. And so it didn't process it. It just like I was able to go through the motions of life without feeling intense sadness or kind of intense grief. And then at some point it came out, but it didn't come out as like the sadness and grief it should have come out as it came out as like anger and frustration and food issues. And so I think a lot of times when we have things in our life, like if we are really angry, if we are really irritable, if we have like a substance abuse issue, like those are all signs. Those are all like a compass to find out like what's tender inside of you and what needs attention inside of you.
So how did you get through it, Daniela? That's what we're also curious about.
It takes time, but
I'm trying to put in my time right now,
Yeah.
and I get very frustrated when I fall back into bad patterns.
well, I think you have to be kind to yourself. Like, I think that is a really important thing. Like, that's no matter what you do. If you're fixing an eating issue, if you're fixing an addictive issue, if you're fixing an emotional issue, like, healing is not linear. You never just go like this. Like, it's just like we were talking about. There's fluctuations. And when you don't handle something perfectly, the quickest way to get past it is to be kind to yourself. Like, I forgive myself and I move on. I don't think everybody needs to go to therapy, but I think finding a good therapist, I love internal family systems. Somebody who's trained in that, I think, can be more helpful than just straight talk therapy. Like you're kind of getting to the root of the issue. journaling, talking to people, like talking to people that have gone through similar things as you have. I think the biggest thing is not keeping it all inside, because I think people that keep it all inside or this didn't affect me, I don't have any problems. Like that's where things fester and they come out as anger, they come out as darkness, or you have internal shame and you can't really love yourself if you keep all these things locked inside you. So I think the biggest
what if you just drink and it makes you happy and you just constantly keep doing that for like years. You just like suppression. I'm okay. Denial.
Yeah.
Denial and suppression, they are just gifts we have.
That's some people's choice. That's some people's choice for
It's incredible.
this
It's
life
like
path.
the majority of the planet's choice.
Yeah, but if you think of life, I believe in reincarnation. You don't have to, but like, do you want to come and live another life as a numbed out alcoholic, or do you want to figure out your shit in this life so that you can have a better go around next time?
Touche. Well, so you know my answer.
You decided to figure this shit out.
I decided I had gotten bucked off that horse so many times. I decided to get back up on that horse, because I always will. And so, yes, that's the metaphor for this. Is if you were just saying, like, if you stumble and fall or you get bucked off, you got to get back on, because I don't understand what linear means. It's not, the healing is not linear.
Linear would mean like going in a straight line of like, this is me unhealed and this is me healed, and I just go from unhealed to healed.
So
I'm always getting better, and better. Not linear means, oh, I'm getting better and then I have a fallback and then I'm getting better again and then something else happens. But you're always moving up, but
Got it.
it's not a straight line.
Got it. So we all want to go up. So yes, it's amazing how evolved we think we are as a species and as people and stuff like that, and how fucking far from the truth that is.
Yeah, and I think another step to it is like owning our sensitivity. If somebody says like, "Oh, you're so sensitive," you could be like, "Thank you."
I am. This is it.
Yeah.
This is good. Yes.
And
somebody says, this takes us back to the old good one. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, strong, resilient, give birth, badass fucking,
Yeah,
pussy. I'm a pussy. Like, I'm a pussy. Like that. You can be a badass pussy.
It is. And it's like
You're so sensitive.
Oh, thank you.
Try it for me.
You're so sensitive.
I know. I shouldn't be. Okay, just a second. Okay. I got to work on it a little bit. Okay, try it again.
You're so sensitive.
I know. Thank you.
But it really is a strength. The healers of, our society are all incredibly sensitive. And I love the healers of our society. Like, that's who we go to for comfort. The therapists that know exactly the right thing to say, your friend that always makes you feel better, your Reiki person, like all these healers. The reason that they're so gifted is because they're so sensitive. They feel so many things. They know what it feels like to feel the depths of pain. They know what it feels like to feel the greatest joys in life. And you can't feel the highs and the lows if you're not sensitive. If you're still numbed out, you're kind of just living life at the middle ground. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I want to experience all of life that there is to experience. I think you have a Flea quote that you really like about that.
Yeah. Oh, that's my cue. Yes, I forgot. I was captivated by your beauty. I couldn't talk for a minute. I was just looking at you and just like, she's so fucking smart. I am so lucky to be sitting right here next to you. And like, I'm just like, I was in love. I was in love. My Flea quote is, Flea said in his memoirs, his book, that he said he got sober because he was tired of hiding from life and he was tired of masking it. And he wanted to take on life full frontal, right to it. And he wanted to feel every emotion, every high, every low, every disappointment, every celebration. He wanted it all. And that's where I'm living right now. And it's the highs are high, the lows kind of hurt, but you don't sit in the lows long. You get out of them. You get out of them really fast.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about being where I'm at right now, is that I'm not getting as low. I'm not going there as often. It's getting smaller. It's getting smaller. Because it's not linear, you understand.
Yeah, but it's going in the right direction.
It's not linear. My healing is not linear, but it is going in the right direction. And so I'm just getting better. And it's just like, I'm a very impatient person. I wish that I could solve my problems, be like, oh, check, let's not do that again. but I keep doing the same fucking problem. But my healing and response times are getting shorter and shorter and shorter every time.
Yeah, I mean, progress is what's important.
Thank you.
There's one more thing I want to talk about when it comes to sensitivity, which is once you start healing some of those things that have been locked inside and you do start feeling more things and you are more sensitive, you do have to have boundaries. You have to protect yourself. Like, not everybody deserves access to your sensitivity. Not everybody should have the power to hurt you. And so I think the one thing to remember, one of the things is like, don't take anything personally. It's the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And nothing is personal. When somebody attacks you, when somebody says something negative to you, it's all a reflection of like how they feel inside. And so if somebody says like, don't be a victim, you don't.
You were being a victim.
I don't know if I was being a victim.
Oh, that was perfect. I think you just said that.
No, I'm just saying, and maybe it was a reflection of like my own, maybe people told me not to be a victim in the past, and I was projecting that hurt feeling onto you.
You were trying to hurt me.
Yeah, maybe I was trying to hurt you, or I was trying to make you feel small because I felt a certain way inside. Like, just knowing that when somebody attacks you, it says more about that person
Scorpio of you.
than it does about yourself. And so to remember, like, when somebody says something negative to me, I don't have to take that in. And that when you are more sensitive and you can feel other people's feelings, it's good to be kind and be loving and offer them support, but you don't want to make their feelings your own. You don't want to try and fix their feelings for them. And knowing like, I end here, I keep my energy here and your energy is there and I can support you, but I don't take on your energy.
Oh, this came to one of the things a new song I'm writing.
Okay.
A new song. I'm a songwriter right now. AI and I are we're a good team at songwriting right now. But my song is, I will bring you up, but you cannot bring me down.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I'm not going down with your shit.
Yeah.
But if you ever want me, I am always available to bring you up.
Yeah, or to sit there with you. But yeah. And I think
so sitting there, I wouldn't be bringing them up. I just would be balancing them.
I think bringing them up, you could be bringing them up just by allowing them space to be in a loving presence.
Yeah. Or that would go back to the DM that you just sent again, going, oh, the Libra just like, everything's great. Don't worry about it. No. You'd like be like, shut the fuck up, like that. You can bring me up. I said, no. My lyric is, I will bring you up, but you will not bring me down.
I think it's really good.
I'm working on it. It's still a work in progress.
And then I think that there's like kind of know the people in your life and know the situations in your life. If you have somebody in your life that's continually negative, that doesn't have your best intentions in mind, like they're not a person to allow your sensitivities around. Like you would put on like an energetic emotional shield and just like, knowing that I'm not going to take anything on.
We do this, what do we call it? A cosmic skin.
Yes, you call it your cosmic
skin. Like I know I'm going into battle sometimes. I know I'm going to talk to somebody that's going to try to steal my power and try to break me down. So I have Danielle wrap me in Reiki and I put on my cosmic skin and I walk in and it's like, poof, the arrows hit me, but they do not absorb.
Yeah, because now that we are owning our sensitivity as a gift, that gift does not belong to everybody. Not everybody should have access to your emotions and your, the beautiful parts inside of you. Like, so you have to know when to put up your boundaries when you start unlocking those sensitivities. You can't just go into the world raw nerve because you're gonna get hurt.
It's shit on, they say.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. It's okay to get hurt sometimes, but I don't think it's good to get hurt by shitty people.
Not worth it.
Yeah, just not worth it.